Hello everyone. In this tutorial, we will be talking about variables in Java language. As you can see, we have installed Java locally and run it in the previous tutorial. So this is the follow-up. So we'll learn in this video variable declaration and initialization, variable naming conventions, and some exercise. So how to print anything. In this previous lesson, I had shown you the code, what to print and what to not. The code, the main code Java uses, it's like this. So to print anything, we have to use this statement, system.out.println hello world. We can print anything if we want, like say we will change this hello world to hello recursion, for example. Recursion. See, and now run our code. The output will be hello recursion. See, it can be changed. So with this line, we will also be printing variables and many other expression and statements along the way. So we see some of this print line first to familiarize ourselves. So hello world. Now we run. This will be a new line. See hello recursion first because we have written it first and then hello world. There is also a system that we can write these lines in one line if we want to. Just hello world and then the plus, and we can say recursion. Recursion, it will print hello world and hello recursion in a single line. Forgot the semicolon. It is very important to give semicolon at the end of every statement or every expression we write in Java. It is not Python, so be careful. So we see hello world and hello recursion. There is no space in here, so we would like to add an space. We just simply can add plus and add a space there. So now the new output, yes, this is it. We can see an space there, and now we say we will print this thing in two lines like before, new line. So there is a new line character \n. So we'll do this and run the program. It was just like before. This statement, first two statement is written in two expressions, system.out.println, and this one last, it is also in two lines, but the code is written in one sentence or one expression. So this is how to print anything, or you can mess around with and see what other changes you can make. So we will be going to our next slide. So what is variable? This is our main topic today. So a variable is a location in memory to hold data. So in what memory? In computer's own memory. So think like variable a box where you can store any type of data and you can manipulate that data. Let's say you in a box you store a mango first, then you say no, I won't store a mango, I will store a banana, so you give banana, so the mango will be replaced by banana, so it is manipulated, or any other we can say it is mutable. So there are also immutable variable like constant, we will talk about that later. So variable stores the data in a specific location in computer memory. When you declare a variable, it will reserve a memory in computer RAM or computer memory. So it will have value and a specific address or location. We will learn these matters in the upcoming lectures slowly, but now we will go to the next. Here is the memory representation. We can see this circle in orange color is RAM or computer memory. When we declare a variable, it is occupying this blue box in the memory, which is reserved memory for that variable, and it will also have a name and value, and also have data type. We will see that in next slide. So variable declaration and initialization. So we can create variables in two ways: declare the variable and then assign it, or declaring and assigning at the same time. So this is the code, or we can say that the first, when we declare a variable, will consist of two things. First, it will have a data type. Data types are integer, floating points, character, string, etc. We will talk about that in the next video. And a variable name. So by declaring a variable, we are reserving the memory for the variable in the system memory. So var name, the variable name, we will assign a value there. Here equal is not will be treated as equal, it is assignment, it is an assignment operator. So remember that it is not equal but an assignment operator. So when we assign the value, the system memory reserves that value for that variable. Let's say we will declare an integer variable. Here we have to declare the variable in the public static void main function, inside this main function, not outside. You can't declare here. Let's say I declared it. Oh, you can declare it, sorry. And I will now assign a value there. But the thing is, you will not access this X. There cannot make a static reference to the non-static field. So the outside of the void main function is the non-static field, as we can see from our error. We will talk about the types of variables in later videos when we will learn enough to know about variable scoping function. In there we will discuss about this variable scoping. So let's declare the variable inside the main function. So we will be declaring an integer type variable named X. So as you can see, I have declared it. Now it's time to print it. Print and X, just give the variable there. Do not use double quotation, because as you can see, wait, I have to first run this code, then we will understand why we don't use double quotes like that. Look, our output is 5. We had assigned 5 to the our variable integer variable x. We can also do the second approach, declaring and assigning at the same time, like this. Control 5, Control S, Control Alt N, the same output 5. So you can approach whatever the way you like. So what happens? We give the variable name inside the double quotation. So let's run the code. So as you can see, we have given the variable name and inside the double quotation. It will treat as a character or string. So when we wrote hello world, this will be treated like this. So if we add plus and x like the others, space, now we run the code. So now let's see, it is equal x space 5. So it is now printing it. So very careful not to print the variable inside the double quotation. Do not do that, otherwise it will not run, or the character or variable name will be showed in the output but not the variable value if you do that. So be careful when you do that. So next we will see the next slide. So variable naming convention, Java is a case sensitive. So age and age, the capital small h and capital H are two different variables. So let's see my age, 35. So int age 25. So now we will print out the age and age variable. As you can see, it is different variable, two different variable, not the same variable. So what happens if we assign another value with the same variable? Because we have declared and assigned 35 to this small case age, so we have now assigned 56 to it. So let's see what happens when I run the code. 56, it has been updated. Like I said, it can be manipulated, replaced, or any other thing you can do with variable. So variable are very flexible when you use in the code. They can be replaced, updated throughout the code if you want to. So let's see the other naming conventions. Variables must start with either a letter or an underscore or a dollar sign. So let's see, when we use non-characters in the first of variables, it has given me error. So we run our code. So it has given an error, not a statement, because it is not recognized. The variable name is not recognized because it is not a variable, a valid identifier we can use to name variable. So what happened, we use dollar sign, so it is valid. Just now we have to update the variable name to see if it runs. Voila, it runs. So single character double dollar sign is also a valid variable, remember that. Look, code runs 56, as well as the underscore is also a valid variable. Oh, is a keyword from source level 9 words cannot be used. So we have to use some word or it will not be recognized as valid identifier. So you can start with underscore when you are declaring or naming the variable, and you can give variable like name like this, my space name. It will not recognize, it will give syntax error, it will ask you to put a semicolon to finish the statement, so don't give that. This is much better, my name. So this is my name. So now this is perfect. And then we do variable names cannot start with numbers. Let's see what gives error. So I have three. What is giving it error? It is syntax error. Insert variable declarators to complete local variable declaration 3. So it is not a valid variable to start with numbers, the variable name, but we can use after use first character, then using a number or anything like this identifier. No, identifier dot sign will not be recognized, so very careful about that. Do not use number in first, use a character then number, then it is a variable, valid variable, or otherwise it will give an error. So we have, then when creating variables, choose a name that makes sense. So you can use X or Y, but it does not make sense when you say your age is X35. What do you mean if something like you are writing a code after 7 days or viewing your code or revisioning your code, you will not understand what X does in that code. So to make sense, you must say is age or salary or something like that, or sal, you can say that, or short it. So when you return after a long time or 7 days or 5 days after taking a break, you view the code and you understand what to print here. So we can say that the variable name is age, so we are printing out age here, someone's age, father's age, yours age, or anything like that. So it makes sense. So you can, if you just leave x and x and x there, what you will understand about it, you do not understand anything after taking a break or after viewing the code long time. Other will not also, if you give the code to someone to view your code or find out mistakes or anything, they will not understand what you wanted to do there, what these variables are meaning or what they are working. So if you identify with the valid name like age, salary, or any other name, books, or whatever you want to name, just make sure it's understandable to the person who will be viewing your code. So if you choose one word variables, use all lowercase characters. See that when I was declaring age variable, I wrote all the characters in small case. So this is very important. Do not I will not advise you to use capital H or something like that in your code, or capital letter. It is very readable when you use lowercase, or you will not able to read with capital capital letter, I think. So use these three cases: camel case, snake case, or Pascal case. So what? So let's say you wanted to write your father's age. The father age. Father age. Now I will run the code, which is 60. How it is camel case? Camel has, like, we can say that when you declaring father age, you understand that it's your father age. So the first letter of the variable will be is in small case, and when you will use another age or anything, salary or anything like that, use it in capital letter, it will be more understanding. Programmers are encouraged to use this camel case throughout their program. So there is snake case now. So snake case basically is using underscore. I use it often in my code. Now you can also use this type of case. It is very readable, and you can also use Pascal case, but I do not use that case. It's like camel case, but the first letter of the variable will start with capital letter. This is Pascal case. So we have now exercise. Do this exercise and comment if you face any problems. And now the final is variables are mutable, but we can also, they are also immutable, like this. If we use final word, we cannot assign a new value or replace the value or update the value. Look here, the fourth line, there is showing an error. The final local variable age cannot be assigned. It must be blank and not using a compound assignment. So we can't assign compound assign. Look, we use further age. We can also use that. Now 35, it can be changed. It's a constant. You cannot change, replace, or update it. So bear in mind, the final keyword will be used before the data type and the variable name to make it a constant. Also, how, if you want to write a comment, what this line does. So constant variable will not change. So double slash to write a single line comment, which is very useful. When you will want to write comments in function docstring, you will be describing your function in the comment. So we will learn also about that. So this is for today. Revise everything I say. I will give the slide in the description, and also do the exercise. I will give you more exercise when we learn loops, data types, operators. Then I will give you more exciting or more challenging exercise. So that's it for today. Hope you like the video, and if you like the video, please subscribe and like. Thank you.